Hello, I'm Michael Mann for BikeSocial and welcome to the Isle of Man. Now, back in 1992, Honda launched a motorcycle called the CBR 900RR. 600cc proportions with an inline 4 making around 122 brake horsepower. It was a game changer. Now fast forward 25 years and unless you've been hiding under a rock for the last 6 months, you'll know that Honda have brought out its 11th edition of the Fireblade. Not one, but 3. The stocker, the RR, available at 15,425, is much less track focused. The SP 19,125 comes with a lot of MotoGP style electronic trickery, and then there's the SP2 homologation special. It'll be about 500 over the next couple of years. But to tell us a little more about the details between the old and the new is the head of motorcycles for Honda UK. It's Nick Campolucci. Nick, welcome.
Hi Michael, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Just tell us a little about the differences really between the old blade. We've got the TT Special, the SP TT Special from 2016. We've got the RR here and we've got the SP as well.
Well, starting with that was obviously the pinnacle of where we were last year. Not only did we bring this bike in, but we added some UK special editions to it, which I think people are familiar with now. So moving on from that bike to this one, a lot of people waiting 7-8 years for the new one. So getting to this point now, we're very pleased that the Fireblade is back and kicking, and to do it in the Isle of Man is fantastic. The bike has been looked over. 90% of the major componentry is brand new on this bike.
Right.
Ride-by-wire, the technology in the engine, everyone knows that it's had some serious weight shaved off it for a bike in this class. So lots of kilos have come off, about 14% weight saving, which is phenomenal when you think of what the bike has already been put through. Power up as well, and as we've ridden it today already, you can feel the bike is much narrower and the torque comes in much earlier. It's much more linear, much smoother torque right from the off. And then we thought, well, that's not enough. We've got to make, as you just said, a more track-focused bike. Then we turn our attention to the SP. Now, this bike is even lighter, about a kilo lighter than the standard bike.
Yeah.
And in addition to the Olin suspension on this, we've got anti-wheelie, we've got the rear control to stop the back end coming up, because clearly you and I, that happens a lot when we're riding on the road. The quick shifter, the level of electronics on this bike are phenomenal. In fact, I'd need 2 or 3 pages. It's like setting up a new iPhone or something like that. The screens that you've got to go through, which is phenomenal because it allows customers to set it up exactly how they want it on a track. And for us, that was critical in separating the models further from the previous incarnations.
What can a customer change with the new display and the new modes and things?
It might be easier for me to tell you what they can't display.
Right.
So, as I say, the list is absolutely phenomenal. So you can set up individual track modes. You can get them set up at your dealership in terms of mapping, map modes, levels of traction control. I think there's 15 levels of traction control that you can back down from. So just to get it absolutely right for those experts among us that like a bit of back-end action on the track,
Yeah.
bit of sliding. So from my point of view, a phenomenal piece of kit. But having ridden it today on the Isle of Man, back to back with last year's SP, it feels far more like a 600 in terms of its overall size. And as mentioned previously, the torque, the delivery is much quicker. As you know, Honda don't go for out-and-out power. We're not in a horsepower race.
Yeah.
We could build a bike with 250 horsepower, but that's not our goal. For us, it was to give the rider the best feel, to give them the confidence to push harder into a corner, out of a corner, and create that smile that you just can't get doing anything else apart from riding fast motorcycles.
I completely agree with you. There's a vast difference between this new one and the slightly older version. Just with the power delivery, like you say, and the weight as well. The dimensions of the bike it feels like you're more in it. I think it's a marvellous piece of work. I really do. And look, the sun's still shining. We're here at the Isle of Man. Cannot wait to see Guy Martin and John McGuinness around the TT in June. But what say we go and have a ride?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right.